I have filmed this like 7 times, no, like 15 times at this point, because I just like, this is so weird to me. Because if you're watching this, you probably know me, or maybe you knew my old videos. I doubt it, but like when I was in middle school, I used to make like makeup YouTube videos, and then like I started again like early high school, and then I just stopped, and now I'm gonna be a junior in college, and it was so long ago, but all the videos are like privated because they're so embarrassing. But like here I am again. But like I have all this time on my hands. I'm not going back to college because of Corona. I'll be babysitting, but like I'll be really bored. And I was like, how about I just do a hobby, right? That's what everyone I feel like has been saying. Like, you have all this free time, like pick up a hobby. But like there's nothing besides makeup that I enjoy. So I've been wearing makeup since 6th grade, and I would go into school with a red liquid lipstick, black eyeliner, black smoky eye. I had like 6 piercings on each ear. I said I was goth. I don't know why my mother let me go to school like that, but you know, what can you do? At least I was able to express myself. Although it did take me 10 years to perfect my everyday makeup routine, this is by far the one that I swear by the most. It lasts the longest. Honestly, half the products are actually drugstore. I think it's a great routine. The products are great for someone who like doesn't want heavy makeup, because I'm not someone who like wears foundation. So yeah, basically we're gonna go from looking like this to looking better. So I'm gonna go wash my hair, and I'll be back, and I guess I'll start. Okay, I'm back. I took a shower. I'm ready to go. So first of all, I think the most important thing to applying makeup is prepping the skin first. So you need to have a good like skincare routine, I'd say, to make makeup look good on your face. Like it's so important. I never realized that. Yeah, I got on The Ordinary. Everybody loves it, but it honestly is great. I like to moisturize my face first, so just make sure your skin is prepped. Okay, now on to primer. Everyone uses this, I know, but it really is the best and most affordable primer that I've found. It's the Nivea Post Shave Balm, and I know it's not actually meant to be a primer, but it has glycerin in it, which is what makes the makeup stick to your skin. So I've been using this for years. I've never found a primer better or less expensive. And the goal, though, with this is that you need to rub it in until it becomes tacky. Okay, now on to like face makeup. I don't usually wear foundation, but if you do, I would recommend the Maybelline Matte and Poreless one. You've probably heard a lot about this. It's a great, cheap foundation. I have tried so many high-end foundations. I used to do reviews on them, and I just never found one that compared to this foundation, and this one's so much cheaper. But what I do use that is high-end is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I've also tried I'll start applying this and I'll talk about why this is the best. So like I said, I don't really wear heavy foundation, especially because in the summer, you can see I have freckles. But what I do is I put it, sorry, I'm looking at the mirror above. I literally just go like that under my eyes. That's it. It's simple. I do have some acne scarring. My chin is a little red. Sometimes I'll do a little dot there. A little dot on my nose, maybe. And I don't think I have. Sometimes I get like, oh yeah, I have a little bit. I'll do a little dot right there. And then I use my finger to blend it in. The reasoning is because I really do like beauty blenders. I prefer the Morphe one though, because it's cheaper than a beauty blender. I noticed that the warmth of your finger just makes concealer blend in so much better, and you need to tap it and not rub it, because when you rub it, it just becomes like streaky. So I just tap that in, and I always leave concealer under my eyes for longer, because when you leave concealer under your eyes, it gives it time to like set, and it actually gives it gives more coverage. And that might sound crazy, but it really, really does work if you just leave your concealer there for like a minute while you blend out the rest of your face. Right before I blend out my under eye concealer, I put on the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, because I don't necessarily wear like eyeshadow on like a daily basis, but I often put concealer on my eyelids, and I notice that because my skin's oily, it will crease even if I powder it if I do not have an eye primer. Okay, but while I blend out my under eye concealer, I want to talk about why I absolutely love this concealer more than any other one. So I used to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because everyone loved that. Everyone talked about it. I tried it and I did love it. But the amount of product in that tube, I think, is like nearly half the product in this tube, and it's more money. So this one has, I think it's half an ounce. That's about like half of a bottle of foundation, half an ounce of product, and I think it's around like $28 or something. And the Tarte one has way less product and it's more money. But also the thing is, the Tarte Shape Tape does have, I'd say, a tiny bit more coverage than this concealer, but this concealer still has an amazing amount of coverage. It lasts on my skin throughout the day. It's actually less cakey, I found, than the Tarte concealer. Then I take the extra concealer from like under my eyes on my finger, and I just pat it on my eyelid. Okay, so now that my concealer is done, this is it. This is all I put on my face. I go in with a setting powder, and I love the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. I have the color translucent. Actually, no, I have fair because I'm really pale. So I'll take my Morphe blending sponge and just dip in here. And all I do is, I notice my chin crease is right here. I end up powdering it later with the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. But for now, I use basically the loose powder on any areas that like really will crease or like really just need a hard set. So around my nose, I actually crease a lot. So I tap it before I set it because you don't want to set like already a wrinkled area. And then to set my under eyes, I go in and make sure to tap out any creases that formed while I was like getting the powder ready. And I just set. So this is when I go in and set my face. I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent Powder because I'm so pale. If you're pale, definitely go for the translucent one because it's not white. It's pretty much sort of my skin tone. And I just go in and tap. And I use this to get rid of the bake. And then I do set my eyelids, but once again, you want to tap out to make sure there's no eyelid creases. Because if you go in and set that, you'll set a crease and it'll look, you can't really do anything. You can't really fix that. Okay, now this is by far one of my favorite products ever, the MAC Emphasize Powder. So if you're pale like me, or even if you're a little bit tanner, but pale people, it's really hard to find highlighting shades because we are the highlighter shade. Like we are white, so it's hard to find anything that's like whiter than us. But this MAC Emphasize Powder is a beautiful highlight shade for very, very fair skin. It has some, I don't even know if you can tell, it sort of has some like sparkle in it, so that I tap like this. And I only put it in the highlighted spot. So I put it on the ball of my chin. Can you tell that it's a little spark? It's like, oh my god, I can't. This powder is amazing. I put it lightly on my upper lip. Going down my nose a little bit. You go ahead, you can definitely tell. And then on my forehead. Move that. Yes, I cut my bangs during quarantine. And they are a pain to grow out. And then I want to highlight my under eye too. For pale people, it's obviously hard to find contour shades, but the NYX, this is actually a NYX blush, but it's the NYX blush in taupe. And as you can see, I guess you could use it for a blush, maybe if you're like darker than me, but it's really a true cool toned brown, and it's amazing for contouring on fair skin. So what I actually use is a highlighter brush. And the reason is because this is just way more precise than like a big bronzer brush. So I tap in, and now if you go like this, you kind of can see my natural shadow already there. And I just go like that, and then I bring it up. And then I go along the edges of like my forehead and temple to get that like bronze look, even though I'm extremely, extremely pale. And then I always go under my chin. I try not, you don't want to do this too much because if you go like this, you can like see the line, but I just go under my jaw. And then I don't hardcore nose contour, but I do like to do it a little bit. So all I do is I take this and I go on the side of my nose. Very simple, easy. So now onto blush. I actually threw out my NYX blush accidentally, and that's what I usually use every day. It's like a cheap NYX blush. It's great. But today I will be using a high-end one because that's all I actually have right now. I'm using the NARS blush in Dolce Vita. It's just this is usually the color I go for, like a pretty rosy mauve shade. So a trick with blush is to focus it right here and up the temple rather than on the cheekbones, because if you focus on the cheekbones, you get that like rounder face effect. I know it's like a lot of people on TikTok like use blush like across here, which gives that like rounded, rosy, glowed look, which I do sometimes. I like that look. But if you want your face to look more like angular and sculpted, you want to focus it like halfway on your cheek and then up. Okay, so now on to highlighter. I was in the search for years of a good fair skin highlighter, because if you go for a pink based highlighter, you're gonna have a pink stripe on your face if you're white like me, and then any other like gold sheen, it would just look gold. So I found an actual white pearl highlighter, and this is the Nikkie Tutorials Ofra Collab Glazed Donut Highlighter. It is amazing. You're a disco ball if you wear it. It's the most intense highlighter I have ever tried. So highlighter is really easy. I just go on the tops of my cheekbones. I try not to apply too much, but sometimes it's hard. Then I go up my temple a little bit. I also go down the center of my face with highlighter, so I go on my chin, my upper lip, my nose, forehead. If you are in the need, I don't know, what am I saying, for a highlighter, that is a little bit less intense than this but still white, I would go for the Becca highlighter in Pearl. That is also an amazing highlighter. I used to use that. It's just a little bit more money and also not as intense, and I like this one a lot. Ever since everyone's been into highlighters, I needed like a disco ball one, and this is it. Next, we're on to brows, and I use the Maybelline Great Lash. I think it's the clear mascara, but I use it for my brows, and I will admit the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel is better than this. It is. It's like cement. If you want a cement brow gel, that's it. But this one's just like $4 and it's almost as good, so I go for this one. I did order a mini of the Anastasia one to try again because I missed that one, but this is still an amazingly cheap and great brow gel. If I happen to unprivate my old videos, you will see that I went overboard with my eyebrows. I had caterpillar eyebrows, I had like sperm eyebrows at one point. It was really bad, so I am like scared to touch my eyebrows. Ever since then, I'm like, you know what, we're not gonna touch them, and all we're gonna do is brush them up and get that like soap brow look. But I don't like using soap because if you do a soap brow, if you get caught in the rain, it'll turn back into soap. So my everyday eye makeup is actually very simple. I use the same like bronzer contour that I use, the NYX one, and then I grab my Sephora just blending brush. This is the best blending brush I've ever used, Pro Crease brush, that's what it's called. And all I do is just put in my crease back and forth. I blend it up, and then I bring it under my eye. So now on to lips. I love the NYX lip liners. They're literally $4. Like, how can you not buy all of them? And they all look like the same color, but they're not. And I like the shade, let's see, I do kind of, which one's mauve? Every day I don't actually reapply my lipstick like over and over again, or like lip gloss, but I like to like start with something. And all I do is I line my lips with this and fill it in, and then I apply a lip gloss over because I found it works better. And I love the Morphe lip glosses. This is the shade Groupie. It's kind of just like a brownie mauve. I don't know how to explain colors. And then I just put it on. Actually, I keep like a whole tub of brand new makeup because I always run out. But these are the mascaras I use. This is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. This is perfect. I use it in the waterproof one. Did I forget to get the waterproof one? I did. But the waterproof one on your lower lashes, because I noticed my lower lashes would always transfer. And if I got waterproof, it literally lasted all day long. Okay, the mascara I absolutely swear by is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara, and obviously black. I think usually I get black as black, actually, if that's an option. I also love to use the primer that they also sell along with this mascara, but I just haven't purchased it yet. I feel like if you use the primer, it will not move, it will not transfer. Occasionally, without the primer, I have noticed that it does transfer to my oily eyelids. Actually, before I do mascara, I spray my face, and I have found that setting sprays are a game changer for making your makeup last all day long. And the best one by far is the Skindinavia Oil Control setting spray. Now, Skindinavia actually makes the Urban Decay sprays, like the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. So if you're using that, switch to this. It's the same formula, and you can get way more product for your money. This has 8 ounces. I think the Urban Decay one has like 4, and this one's like $40 something. The other one's $30. So you get way more product with this. And oh my god, I always go overboard. Maybe I shouldn't keep my mouth open. But so now onto mascara. I use the CoverGirl one first. I don't know why. I just found that if I do my lower lashes first, it turns out better. Okay, so now I go in with the L'Oreal mascara, and I actually don't curl my lashes. I have really long eyelashes, thank you, mother, and I don't really need to. I feel like it looks the exact same when I don't curl them versus when I do. And I almost forgot. Oh my god, I'm forgetting so much today. Sorry, I'm reaching to get my brushes, but I also use this highlighter on my inner corner and brow bone, and I put it right under my brow bone. Okay, so this is actually the final look. I know it's just easy, it's everyday makeup, but honestly, I just feel like I finally found the products that are the best, and I don't know, if it helps one person, I'm happy with it. But yeah, this is it. I don't even know if I'll end up posting this, to be quite honest. And I mean, most people probably aren't watching to this point anyways, but if you happen to be, I don't know. The reason why I'm doing this again is for me. I think when I used to make like the makeup videos, or even if you're here and you have seen those old videos, I did a lot of things for me, but I started to really care about how many people watch my videos, and I cared, I was making money, and it was just like I wanted to make more money. I wanted more people to watch my videos, and I wasn't really like enjoying it for myself, but this time I'm enjoying it and I'm having fun, and I don't care who watches my videos. I don't care if anybody watches my videos. I'm doing this because I am bored and it's fun and I enjoy it and I miss it. So that's why I'm here. But yeah, if you happen to make it this long, I hope you enjoyed. I would love to literally do anything that anybody wants. If you comment and you want me to do something, I will do it. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, whoever's still here, and maybe I'll make another video soon.